Welcome to Erica's English. Today I will be answering these Part 1 questions for the topic of reading as a native speaker of English. Do you like reading? Do you read electronic books? What kind of books do you like to read? What was your favourite book as a child? Have you lent books to others? Have you borrowed books from others? In addition, I will also teach you these conversational fillers. When you don't know the answer to a question or need a bit of time to think, you can use these words at the beginning of your sentence. I will also highlight complex vocabulary and explain it a little to you. Now, I will begin. Do you like reading? Let me see. Yes, I do like reading, or at least I like the effect of being able to read. Reading is empowering as we gain knowledge from reading. Or we can delve into other worlds with reading. Do you like reading? To be honest, I love reading and taking myself off into fantasy worlds like science fiction worlds, into other times, like way off into the future, or being different characters, or stepping into the adventure of being a mythical hero. Do you like reading? No, I don't really like reading all that much. I prefer listening to podcasts or YouTube videos while I'm doing mundane day-to-day activities. Somehow this seems more efficient. Would you like me to coach you in IELTS speaking? I'll leave my link in the description. Do you read electronic books? Do I read electronic books? Yes, occasionally. Not that often, really. When I'm on the train, I sometimes access my Kindle app and read a book, or whisk out my Kindle. It's handy to have all my books in my Kindle instead of having to carry them all around. Technology never ceases to amaze me. What kind of books do you like to read? Now, let me think. I always peruse the bestseller section to see what's topical. I read a large variety of books ranging from self-help books to fiction and non-fiction educational books. What kind of books do you like to read? I would say that I don't really have time to read any books other than my books for study, I'm afraid. When I have free time, all I want to do is have a nap or laze around and watch YouTube or movies on TV. What was your favourite book as a child? That is difficult to say. My parents used to read to me every evening, and I always loved Dr. Seuss books, especially Green Eggs and Ham, which is about the importance of trying new things, even things that don't look appetizing or appealing. I think I learned a lot from that book. And I always loved the rhymes and the funny pictures and characters. Have you lent books to others? Let me see. Unfortunately, books I sometimes lent to others were never returned. Although I must admit, I still haven't returned some of the books that my friends lent me. I guess maybe they have forgotten that they lent them to me. But once a book is read, one often doesn't read it again, so it's a good idea to lend it to someone else or even give it away. Have you borrowed books from others? Borrowed books from others? Yes, I have. It is cheaper to borrow books rather than buy them. Often one only needs a book for a short time, and once one has read it, it just becomes clutter. I hope this was useful to you. Now I will explain some of the vocabulary. Okay, from the beginning. Do you like reading? Let me see. So let me see is a good way of buying a bit of time. Reading is empowering. So it gives people power. As we gain knowledge, so as we get knowledge, as we learn things, we can delve into other worlds. So we can go into other worlds. To be honest, you can buy a few seconds using this conversational filler. I love reading and taking myself off into fantasy worlds like science fiction worlds. Science fiction, like outer space or technology fantasy worlds. Into other times like way off into the future or being different characters, like different people in the books, or stepping into, like going into an adventure, of being a mythical hero. So from myths, like stories, a hero from a story, a mythical hero. You know, this is quite colloquial, but it will add to the richness of your vocabulary. You know, no, I don't really like reading all that much. I prefer listening to podcasts. Okay, so language on your mobile phone, just oral language. While I'm doing mundane day-to-day activities, mundane, so boring. This seems more efficient. This is a better use of my time. Do you read electronic books? Do I read electronic books? So one way of having a bit more thinking time is to simply rephrase the question. I sometimes access my Kindle app, so I look at my Kindle app, or I whisk out my Kindle, so I get it out. I get it out of my pocket. Technology never ceases to amaze me, so it doesn't stop amazing me. Peruse the bestseller section, so I look around the bestseller section, peruse, to see what's topical, to see what is a popular topic now. Self-help books, so books to help yourself, to educate you. Fiction, so made up, fantasy. Non-fiction, not made up, reality. I would say that, another conversational filler, I laze around, so I just relax. That is difficult to say. That's another conversational filler. Even things that don't look appetizing, so looks delicious to eat. Appealing, so looks nice or good. I always loved the rhymes. Rhymes are words that sound similar, like cat and hat. Let me see. This will give you a few more seconds and you can still impress with vocabulary. I must admit, another conversational filler. Borrowed books from others? This is rephrasing the question, have you borrowed books from others? It gives you a few extra seconds and thinking time. Often one only needs a book for a short time, and once one has read it, it just becomes clutter. So one means one person. So third person. It becomes clutter. So it just becomes junk or rubbish. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and share. And check out the other videos on my IELTS playlist. See you next time.